Bhagavate Shri Arunachala Ramanaya.
समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वरं विनश्यन्तमविनश्यन्तं यः पश्चित् स पश्यति. He who sees the Supreme Self, who dwells alike in all beings and who is imperishable, really sees. This is from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13. I think it is around about 28 shloka.
Thank you. I think it would be nice if you can just repeat it, meaning slowly again.
He who sees the Supreme Self, who dwells in everyone alike, all beings alike, and who is imperishable, he alone sees.
I have spoken about this seeing in the past. There is one seeing with these eyes. This seeing is different. And this seeing is with not these eyes. Even in a Gyani, whatever the objects these eyes are projecting, still there is variety, there are things. But with the inner eye of wisdom, by establishing in your own self, we see the self everywhere and self in everything. Because there is no myself or yourself, or my consciousness and your consciousness. It is one and same. All is one. So the essence of all the teachings is only this non-duality. Till there is duality, there always be some resistance, some restlessness, some unhappiness. When there is me and other, there can be love also. There can be attachment, there can be aversion, but not eternal peace. Not fearlessness, because there is some other. Self can only be known by self. Mind cannot know the self. Mind can merge in self. Mind can call self-realization as an experience. mind can feel calmness. When the self manifests. One more thing happens on realizing the self in this body which we are using. Now the body takes commands from the self and not from the mind. So the body's actions also become sacred, coming from the source. Source is always pure, undifferentiated, unadulterated by mind. You drink from the source, Gangotri, and you drink from where the river ends. So many impurities are added. Realizing self is to going back to the source. If you see evolution of consciousness, how consciousness gets to a higher plane from one species to other, from a stone to tree, to smaller animals, insects, to bigger animals, mammals, to human being. It's a slow, natural process. At the level of human being, there is a possibility of taking another jump, merging in ultimate consciousness, unseen, unheard, not part of this world, not part of any word, not at any place, not at any given time, beyond time and space, always manifesting. Anyone who has realized it knows there is nothing beyond it. It is end of journey. Self-realization is myth buster, myth of life. Illusion of life ends with knowing that. Then actually the life becomes play. When a person entangled in a mind game comes to a Gyani, Gyani knows that person more than that person knows himself or herself. Because a person thinks, I am this body, I am this mind, I am a doer, I am suffering, I want to be out. And the Gyani finds that person is already out. He's only imagining that he is in bondage. With that firm conviction, a Gyani feels about everyone. Because of that conviction of the Gyani, when someone else comes in his vicinity to know the truth, just coming closer with an open mind, with devotion, with humbleness, any person coming in contact will have that realization. Here, a Gyani is not doing anything for anyone specifically. It is the grace of that person's inner being which bringing that person in vicinity of a Gyani, that grace brings there. Thinning veil of Agyan, this Maya, mind. Apart from mind, there is no illusion. What is happening in this word if you understand carefully? What majority believes becomes the norm, isn't it? Whether it's right or wrong. And people on the extremes are put in mental asylum or in mental wards because they are too extreme. Including Gyani, I have seen patients who has been put in mental wards who are serious spiritual seekers. When they have this realization, family thinks they are having acute psychosis. Sometimes they are drugged, especially in Western world. There are Gyanis who get different types of experiences when they are settling into that newfound energy. They can look like mad. There is one of the female saints from southern part of India, Amritanand Ma. Some people call her hugging saint. If you see in her early days, in 80s, she used to get this, that Krishna is coming on her and dressing up like that, and then someday some other goddess is coming on her. If someone starts doing these things in Western world, they will be considered crazy, mentally unstable. In India, at least, you get that space to go through all those things without anyone judging you too much. And so I believe is the reason you find more people there. Because you need a conducive environment for that seed to sprout. You need some environmental support. Satsang is that support only. Burn all your vagaries of mind in the fire of knowledge. Pay attention to this self all the time. How to recognize self in your own self. Anything which is palpable, perceivable, understand it is not you. Anything what you can see, touch, smell, feel is not you. If you take any of these things, you will be in trouble. Take like this, make it like a very sweet game from which you can be out. So in this game of Maya, if you think I am this body, these thoughts are mine, and I am doing this is my body, my mind, my life, then you are in trouble. Then you are in bondage. Bonded by your own mind, nothing else. There is no external bondage. Our wrong identification is the problem. Step back. Let mind be mind, body be body, emotions be emotions, but you stay without any adjectives, without any attributes. See what is left. Who are you? Try to understand your doership will never end, work will never end. Life continues in this body as it is already being predestined. You only have to move out of it, not by running away anywhere, by getting established in self. Because wherever you go, your mind will be with you. It is like this story of a man with his shadow. He's trying to bury his shadow. And after digging a hole, burying the shadow, shadow comes on the top again. You run, shadow runs. Just know that it is shadow, not you. It is a reflection, not you. Don't fix mind, fix yourself in self. That's all. Best practice is contemplating on the truth. Whom are we trying to convince? Our intellect, our mind, which has no clue about this self and which only knows to go out, to seek, to acquire. Know that mind is an instrument which always projects outward. It is exactly like your pet, which sniffs and goes around and get lost. Good news is you are not this mind. You are perfect stillness, unmoving, eternal. Mundaka Upanishad gives a beautiful example about this. It illustrates two birds on the same tree. One bird is sitting on the higher branch, calm, still, peaceful. Another bird sitting on the lower trunk, going out, having fruits, coming and going. One day, this lower bird looks up and finds that bird. And he moves slowly up towards that bird. Because of his inquisitiveness, when he comes closer to that bird, he finds it is me only. You can't go more closer to explain this phenomenon. This is a beautiful example in Mundaka Upanishad, explaining our own reality. Give up your strong identification with mind. Dive deep into this ocean of bliss. Pure silence. Allow it to manifest by paying attention to this. First, you realize the self, and then invite your mind to get absorbed in it. It is an automatic process. Mind has no one to guide on your realization that you are self, not ego. Ego gone, which was giving all this work to the mind. Mind has nothing to do now. Mind without thoughts is no mind. Or thoughts without ego have no effect on you. Eternal silence is our true nature. Only when you pay attention to thoughts, you find there are thoughts interrupting this pure silence. But if our attention is on silence, then the thoughts become indistinct. Stay in your own pure energy. Nothing borrowed from this world. Nothing borrowed from this body-mind complex. Abiding as awareness, without name, without form. Body has a name, we don't have any name. Everything is our name. Also get blessings from this Maya by not criticizing it. To recede, keep quiet. Silently move away without creating any stir, any disturbance. Be the uninvolved witness to all this, what is unfolding. Come out of this play with your folded hands. Pay attention to this pure awareness. Stay with effort till it becomes effortless. It is our sahaj sthiti, natural state. Abiding in your heart, you will know there was no one who was playing any role. It was just an illusion. But don't draw any conclusions from this truth. Right now, if you are in illusion, you have to put these illusory efforts to come out of it. Because we are so much hypnotized by mind. This world is nothing but mind's play. It is our own mind's play. Everything is coming from within, outward, projecting in so many things. We are never involved. It is the thinking mind which thinks I am involved. And that I am is also part of the mind only, which we call ego. We are always free. Pay your attention to that bird sitting in heart, not the one which is sitting in mind. You are beyond law of karma. In reality, there is no suffering. Suffering to whom and what? You are not the body and you are not the mind. Suffering can only touch these two aspects. You are beyond suffering. Self knows there is no suffering for you, me, or anyone. In reality, suffering is an illusion. Who can hate you? You are the source. Everything is your projection. You are the cartoonist who has made these cartoons. How can they hate you? You are only playing all the games. You are the winner, you are the loser. You are everything. You are pure bliss. Never have any doubt about your realization. Doubts are only at the level of mind. You are not the mind. You are beyond and before mind. You are purest of pure. Just be that. Bless your body, bless your mind by your own pure energy. Stay in the source as source, beyond all concepts, beyond any conditioning. Go deep within your heart. Beyond all forms, Bhagavate Shri Arunachal Ramanaya Om. Om Shanti Shanti.